Hello everybody, we are the Geeks and the Genets. I am Enzo, this is my forever co-host Jump. Today we continue our video game adaptation lineup with Final Fantasy Spirits Within. And yeah, I have a very big question. I know I usually ask how you got to this movie first, but since you've played, how many games of this franchise have you played?
I played Crisis Core was my first one. 7, 15, 13 a bit. Never finished it because it took too long. I played 2. Yeah, they're like the 8-bit one. 6 was pretty good. 10, but I mostly watched my brother play it because I was too young. 14, but it wasn't on my device.
Okay.
Like I just played it. It's a game that like, if only Edwin was here. That was the one that he like pitches.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But what else did I play? I'm gonna be playing the new one, Rebirth, that's coming out. Also, 16.
Okay.
I haven't picked it up yet, but I will since I got a PS5.
Yeah, so I've only played parts of the remake because it was free once and I never resubscribed because it's...
Wanna borrow my gift?
Sure, one of these days. But my question is, and to everyone else, to my brothers in Christ, what does it have to do with Final Fantasy?
Nothing. Nothing. That's not Final Fantasy. This is Final Fantasy. This. Not that bullshit. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened. Like, okay, it's not unheard of to see, like, a Final Fantasy character with a gun. But it's so weird because there's Gaia. But it's not Gaia. You know, like, they mentioned Gaia in the show. They mentioned, like majority of the landscapes looks like, Midgar. And it kind of looks like it, and I guess, I don't know, maybe Gaia kind of looks like Mako energy. I'm trying my best to relate this to Final Fantasy, but I can't. Like, it has nothing to do with it. Oddly enough, it's voiced by Mulan and Alec Baldwin. And Steve Buscemi's here as well, and what's his name?
Yeah.
Dude with a really great voice.
Yeah. Luther from Mission Impossible's here.
Oh, he's there too. No, there's another guy.
Oh!
He played like Sergeant Foley in Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, right. President Snow's here. And Hades is here.
So many people.
Yeah. Snow is the
I
doc.
was like, what are y'all doing?
Hades is the general. But yeah, this is not confirmed by me. I didn't do extensive research, but I really think this was something else. And to bring people in, they were like, let's call it Final Fantasy. And you're like, what?
It looks like Final Fantasy, and there was like a Chocobo like poster somewhere. I think it was a poster or like a bag.
Yeah.
Somewhere. Where, like, right, there's, like, a crowd of people and this ship, like, crashes into them.
Oh,
there's, like, a person running with a chocobo bag.
Yeah.
Like, I spotted it. I was like, there we go.
Speaking of creatures, to the audience watching, if you were wondering what was behind John, there's a lizard behind you.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
that's all good.
Yeah.
They eat the mosquitoes and flies.
Yeah. So, yeah.
By the way, you freaked the shit out of me when you said, like, speaking of creatures, behind John. I'm like, what the fuck you mean?
Sorry, I just sounded like there's a lizard behind you, but there was. But again, to the audience, that's life in the Philippines. Sometimes lizards say hi.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I heard from Nostalgia Critic that the character Aki Ross was the first AI digitally created actress. She's gonna be other movies like Aki Ross in, I don't know, Revenge of the Sith, or Aki Ross in Marley and Me. It's a tried and true experiment that failed. And she's gonna be voiced by different actresses, I assume. I don't know.
Okay, I guess. Weird.
Yeah. So again, that really confirms or like pushes the theory of like I really think this was called something else like Titan AE2 before they were like, you know what, bring more
I'm
money.
gonna lie, it felt like Titan AE.
Yeah,
You're kinda right, but don't insult Titan AE like that.
I haven't seen that
Like,
movie in years. That's the only thing that popped out in my
it's
head.
great. It's great.
Uh,
Matt Damon and everything.
the
But
graphics are
yeah,
pretty good though. I would say this is like close to end of life of PS4 good graphics.
I agree. Yeah,
Yeah,
the like I get it. It's made in what 2004,
one.
five,
This came out 2000.
one.
Yeah,
That's 2001 graphics.
yeah,
Like I'll give it that. Like the graphics here, yeah, you're right. The graphics here are really good. And when I say the environment looked like Midgard, it did look like Midgard. Like PS5 Final Fantasy VII Rebirth,
hmm.
you know, kind of style. The faces are a little bit weird, a
Yeah,
little too rubbery. Like I guess we still haven't like mastered like the scrunching of the nose, the flex of the mouth when they talk,
yeah,
because it's like very smooth and like
yeah.
like it's like that.
And then you're like, to be fair, this is 2001. And you're like, damn, this look better than a lot of games today. Unfortunately, to be honest.
Which is a surprising thing, because like what Pixar was coming out and they were like, look at the amazing graphics in 2001, and I was like, Final Fantasy Spirited Away is like doing it way fucking better.
Yeah, but in terms of plot, it literally is just like, yeah,
Just go talk shit.
Yeah.
It is absolute. I don't even remember. They're like, what was it? It was like, oh, we have like a seventh spirit. I was like, you're already at the seventh?
yeah,
How'd you start this journey? I would like to know. And like, yeah, we meet our main character. What's her name?
Aki Ross. That's her character's name. That's the actress's name and the character's name too. I don't know. I don't make this movie.
What the fuck? Anyway, she's doing well in Boba Fett.
Yeah,
Anyway, yeah, she's going around. She's like finding this like life form that proves that Guy is still around and something something. And she gets like the thing from Wall-E, like the plant in a boot, and she takes it home. And they're like, oh, there's life here, you know. And of course, Alec Baldwin's like, there's no life here, you know how he talks.
yeah, exactly.
And yeah, I would say the scenes here are cool, but at the same time very weird. Like, I couldn't understand what the physics was. So the main enemy here is called the Phantoms. And by the way, oddest thing, they're like, what do you think an enemy is? Ghosts? And I was like, you named them Phantoms.
I don't know. This movie.
Well,
I'm surprised you remember a lot of the story because I'm like, what? I'm still stuck on like, why did
no,
they want
because
to
it
bomb
pissed me off. Like, James Woods would be so condescending too. Like, you were like, you think our enemies are ghosts? I was like, bitch, you named them Phantoms. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Anyway, by the way, I remember like, I don't know if it was Nostalgia Critic or Pro Jared that said like the logic or the physics of the world doesn't make sense.
Yeah, like
Where,
I know we're shipping way towards the end when I say this, but like the Humvee ride kind of looks like when you have a fun trip in Halo and just blasting away and you're like,
yeah, you just like go along for the ride.
yeah, at the same time, like, I don't get how this Jeep is just skidding across the surface and not bouncing up and down on
Yeah.
dirt. And
I
like,
don't know either.
yeah, the graphics are amazing, but like when they start moving, you're like, that looks wrong. Like the second time they're out on Earth, you're like, the Phantoms look weird. They look wrong. They look. I don't know why they're
It's-
so transparent. I know they're Phantoms, but they just look
It's
unusual.
fine. Well, look, okay. The movement is okay. What I mean by like the laws of physics of this world is that the Phantoms will have a hard time grabbing a soul,
Yeah.
but then there are some points where they just swipe their tail and the person just goes ah, you know.
Yeah.
And then there'll be times where the thing would just go right through you, and then there will be times where it hits the ground. Like, I was like, I don't get why. I don't know. Well, I just remember Pro Jared like talking about it too, where they're like, the physics of this world, I can't get a grasp on it. Thus, my immersion kind of breaks. And I agree. When I rewatched this movie, and I was like, he has a point.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, it's just very, it's stupid. It's stupid poo poo.
Along with the plot, the characters, I really can't remember. Like, Donald Sutherland's the doctor. That's why I can't remember his name. Donald Sutherland. Can't
By the
remember.
way, is he related by any chance to Keith Sutherland?
I wouldn't know. Probably. Maybe.
I'll
Comments, please tell us. But like him, Luther, Aki Ross, Alec Baldwin, I'm just like, I don't remember these characters at all. I just know Alec Baldwin's the general or commander, Aki Ross is the chosen one, and James Woods is the general trying to stop them because he hates phantoms and is trying to use the Zeus cannon to blow up the Earth or blow up the phantoms hiding base. I don't know. And it backfires on him too. And you're like,
I found that scene so funny because he was like, he's like doing the Kylo Ren thing, was like, you know, he's like pushing all like the levers, like blasting it, until he was like final blast, it blows up the satellite, and we're like,
right?
You fucking idiot! I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, even the computer's like, don't do that. He's like, I know. Push the lever. You're like, you idiot.
By the way, like before he started like firing the thing at like this meteor, right?
Yeah.
That had like all the phantoms in it. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but like the voice actress for Mulan just didn't have it in her. She was like, I was like, General, please stop. Like, we have a solution. Don't fire, please. Like, it was straight up flat. I was like, have a sense of urgency.
Yeah, I think at one point Alec Baldwin gave up too because something was shooting at Mulan. And he's just like, get down. You're like, what? I guess he figured out like, I'm in a shitty movie. Shit.
Yeah. Did you find it weird too that they used Alec Baldwin for this guy?
Yeah. I thought they would use someone, I don't know, younger or more, have a more revered voice. I really don't know. I also find the ending like, what? Like
I don't get it either. You explain.
Alec Baldwin sacrifices himself, and then they go up the elevator, and then it just ends, and you're like, huh?
Yeah, right. And like, but they explained that like, because of the blast from the Zeus cannon, it killed the the eighth spirit.
Yeah.
Of the Earth. And then they're like, what? And then they're like, oh, I actually have a solution. The girl voiced by Mulan, sorry, I keep forgetting her name. It can be like a replacement for the eighth spirit. I was like, great. So why did he die?
Right?
Because they were like touching, and he was like, you know, he was like touching the spirit.
Yeah, I'm like, did we make the wrong decision along the way, or is this type of video game? Or
yeah.
No, I'm like, it really feels like, fuck, why did I choose the coffee instead of the tea? I should have chosen better.
Yeah. Dude, I don't get it. Like, I don't get the. Like, okay, I guess I kind of get it, but it had zero weight when they were doing the exposition as well for the Phantoms, where they're talking about like the main character, she would like get flashbacks or dreams about like this war that happened a long time ago in a distant planet, and then like all we see is like a desert like plain, which they're very good at for some fucking reason. And like we have no clue what the fuck's happening, and then they show us like Point of Authority by Linkin Park midway. I don't know if you saw that music video.
I did. It's the only thing I can remember that somewhat relates to this movie. That's about it.
Yeah, I was like, this is Point of Authority. And like, Yeah, and like a big chunk of them got launched when they're Alderaan, you know. Um, and yeah, so I still don't understand why they're so vengeful and why they're mad, like why they're killing everybody.
Yeah, this movie really, as much exposition it has, the exposition is just like you're literally just rambling. You're literally just saying words that you think has meaning, but in the end, the audience is just like, so why were they mad at the ghosts, phantoms? Well, James Boone says it's the ghosts, and they call it the phantom
Yeah.
again. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I don't know why the Phantoms were like just out and about and just going crazy. And I love it when they were like, they're ghosts. Like, I just know that they like they're straight up, they're ghosts. I'm like, I'm not even gonna argue with it. Like they go through walls. Yeah, I guess.
One point, one of the phantoms crawls through the desert, and I was like, I wish I was watching that movie right now. 'Cause Jesus Christ, or at least I wish a certain one-winged angel appeared to just kill this entire crew. So
Yeah, dude. I was like wondering. I was like, from all the fucking Final Fantasy like media we could have watched, Final Fantasy 15, like this like short anime that they gave out before the game started, or I don't know, Advent Children.
yeah, here again, you're like watching this entire thing. You're like, again, I really think they're like, this thing won't make money with our with our original name. Let's just give it something that will bring people in, hopefully. And people who watch this were like, why is this? I assume people who watch this were like, why is this Final Fantasy? That makes
Right?
no sense.
Not a single sword.
Right?
This entire fucking movie.
Uh, yeah, and it ends so abruptly too. It literally feels, if this was a game, it literally feels like a tech demo, and you're like, cool, I wasted money.
By the way, did you see that one soldier that was like sharpening his knife? And then like I was like, yeah, dude, stab the ghost.
It's ready to go. It's like, you know what? Fuck it. Forgot he wasn't. Wasn't one of the firemen. He's like, yeah, I can ride one of those. Why not? I don't know what else to add. Really, it's just such a confusing movie. It's like the entire time I'm like, this doesn't make sense. And two, I'm still hung up on like, why is this called Final Fantasy? It has nothing to do with anything.
I have no clue, and I remember I played Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, and I got hooked. And I'm also a Kingdom Hearts fan, so it's kind of connected. It's so weird because like I played those games, and then they're like Toonami comes out, and you're like, oh, Final Fantasy Spirits Within is coming to Toonami at 9 p.m. Saturday. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna watch the shit out of that. I was like, what the fuck is this? You know?
So let's just nail the final nail in the coffin. What would you rate Final Fantasy Spirits Within?
I'll rate Final Fantasy Spirit Away. A. I don't even want to give it a score. Like, okay, I'm gonna give it like a little bit because the graphics were really good, especially for its time. That's the only praise I have. But everything else is like, they got great voice actors, but they delivered it so horribly. I don't know why. James Woods and like I think, President Snow like did a really good job.
Yeah.
But the others, the main characters, even like Alec Baldwin,
Yeah.
Story didn't make sense. The world doesn't make sense. The solution didn't make sense, and the conclusion didn't make sense. I was just confused the entire fucking time. So I would give this one a 1 out of 10. This might be a first, but like, yeah, it's a straight up 1 out of 10 movie, and because like the one is just straight up for the graphics alone.
Yeah.
And that's all I can give it.
I will give Final Fantasy PS5 demo, because it's what it is.
Yeah.
I'll give this a 2 for the graphics, and I like some of the voice acting. The Doctor and Steve Buscemi, because Steve Buscemi really feels like he just wandered on set, and I was like, sure, I'll do this. Why not?
Alright. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I think they planned a trilogy with this one, and it bombed so bad that they were like, you know what? Never mind. And I agree with that wholeheartedly. But do you think they can ever capture Final Fantasy in a show or a movie? Since you played like 9 games, do you think it's possible?
Dude, they've done it.
I mean, aside from Advent Children and from the 15 movie.
It was a TV series.
Oh,
it was a
sorry.
show.
Okay.
I would say yeah, because capturing the world of Final Fantasy has so much like wow factor. Like if you really delve in deep into like Final Fantasy lore, all the amazing things that you could actually see
Yeah.
is like really good. If I remember correctly, like 6 was the one where they had Kafka, where like you straight up lose. By the way, like the main character, like I would love to see them like make a trilogy movie
Hmm.
for that game. I could be wrong. Yeah, like yeah, it's the one with Kafka. Yeah, like I don't remember much. I should replay it, but it was such a great game, and it's the one where you're like, oh, you straight up lose, and like years later you come back and you like fight the big baddie again, just to get your redemption. But then again, in the end, you're still lost.
Mhm.
I would say that's a great like movie to watch, and like the environment. Sure, it was 8-bit, but I would say there was still beauty in it. Like I would love to have seen all of like the environments and all that with like today's graphics.
Hmm.
So yeah,
I think my
or just
only
remake it. I don't know.
my only core memory that has something to do with Final Fantasy is that Watch Mojo had like a list of like top 10 shocking moments in video games, and the first thing they play was Sephiroth murdering.
Like, straight up killing it.
I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I know what happens there. Shit.
You're like, I guess Team Tifa.
Right? I'm like, well, shit. Oh well, I asked for this.
I mean, I like Tifa more in the first place, but like when I played the remake, oof, Aerith kind of got to me. I'm like, yeah, I like her too.
Yeah. I think I'm also Team Tifa, though Aaron is pretty fine too. But yeah, if you like our videos, please leave them a like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next.
Yeah.
I'm stuttering because this has been a video on Final Fantasy tech demo for PS something. Sorry, Spirited Away, Spirited Within. Well, who cares? But yeah, you can also find us on Spotify and TikTok to see our best and funniest moments. Spotify to hear us on the go. Individually, I'm Zoda's voices on TikTok and Enswolf on Letterboxd. Where can they find you?
You can find me at JohnJM_ on Instagram, and it's my right.
And for the next one, we shall get ready to rip and tear with The Rock. Anyway, we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.
Oh, sick.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bye. I mean, ciao.
Oh, well.